Listen, all we're reading is Bible. You said your dad's a pastor, right? You claim you're an Israelite, right? As Israelites, we should be walking differently.
Right.
People should look and be recognized. That's an Israelite man.
Right.
That's an Israelite woman.
You know?
That's an Israelite child. Why? Because they're keeping the commandments of God.
That's
My sis right here, real quick, I got a question for you. How you doing, sis? What did you come here for today? Real quick. You're playing, so you're a basketball player. Okay. Real quick, I got a question for you. Your nationality. What's your nationality?
I'm black, white, and Cuban.
What's your, you said what? Black, white, and who? Okay, what's your father?
My dad is Cuban and white.
Your dad's Cuban and white. So let me show you this sign right here. Come over here real quick, sis. I want to show you something real quick, because like we mentioned, we're here to teach the truth, which is going to set us free.
Oh,
so when
my dad's a pastor.
your dad's a pastor. So real quick, did your dad teach you what your biblical nationality is?
No.
So he just called you Cuban, right? Yeah. So take a look at this sign, because what we do is come out the Bible. When you look at this sign, where does Cuban fall? You see that? What does that say? Manasseh, the tribe of Manasseh. That's what the Bible calls us. I'm going to show you real quick. The Cubans, how did the Cubans get there? Did they get there by choice? What is a deportation happen? Was slavery happen? Give me the history that your father taught you. You honestly don't know. So let me show you. We read the truth is going to set you free. I'm going to read you something real quick about your history in the Bible. Give me Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
You know?
Check this out, sis. Your dad reads the Bible to you, right? Everything we say is going to come out this Bible. So no one can get mad at us because we're coming out the Bible, right? Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the Bible said, prophecy is saying that if the Israelites didn't obey, look at these. These are the Israelites in the Bible. So Cubans are from the tribe of Manasseh of the nation of Israel.
Right.
So if we didn't obey the commandments of God, it's prophesying curses will come upon us. Now, let me ask you a question. Did the Israelites obey or disobey the commandments in the Bible? They disobeyed, right? God gave us commandment. What was a commandment that we disobeyed?
Don't worship idol gods.
Don't worship idol gods. Are there people, do we worship idols today? We do, right? So we're still in that disobedience, right? So meaning those curses should still be on us today, right? Let's read a curse and see if it's on us today. 32. Actually 16. Read. No, 32.
Verse 32.
You know?
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Now I want to direct you to this sign right here. It says your sons and daughters will be given unto another people. In history, did that happen to us? Our sons and daughters were taken when? Did we give them away freely or were they taken from us? In slavery, right? Now watch this. Read.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
It says that we will look and long for our children all the day long. Who longs for their children? Who takes our children even today away from us without our authority? The enemy does. You said who? The enemy does. So you claim we got enemies, right? 48. Watch this.
Verse 48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemy.
You shall serve who?
Thine enemy.
So you said we got enemies. The Bible just said we got enemies.
That's right.
We're going to go into the Bible and see which enemies did this to us. Read.
Now, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
In hunger. When you're hungry, who do you got to go to for food? Your mom? Who does your mom got to go to for food? Can we go to any of our people, our nations, or do we have to go to another nation for food? We have to go to another nation for food.
Right.
The Bible says that's a curse that's happening to us. Read.
And in thirst.
When you're thirsty, it's going to be hot today. When you want water, that water, who makes that water, the company, are they our people? Are they of another nation? They're of another nation. Read.
And in nakedness.
The clothing that we wear, your socks, were they made from our people or from another nation? Another nation. Read.
and in want of all things.
So anything that we want, for instance, you came here to play basketball, right? Who set this whole venue up? Do you think it might have been our people, or do you think the people benefiting are of another nation? Does the money that comes into Spokane today help to build up those people who are using drugs? Or does it go to somebody else's pockets? It goes to somebody else's pockets. But we never stop and think, why is this happening? Why can't we prosper? The millions that they're bringing in, why isn't it going back to help us out?
Bring it out.
You see what I'm saying? Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And the Bible prophesied he will put yokes of iron on our neck. Did yokes of iron ever get put on our people, on the Cubans, on the so-called African Americans? In what? Slavery, right? So that's what the Bible prophesied. Is that a true book? Is the Bible a true book? Have your dad taught you that in the Bible? He taught you that. So he taught you that. So what does that mean, knowing that? What do you fit? He taught you this, that you would have to rely on the other nations for things, right? You fit that curse. So with you fitting that curse, what does that mean? Give me 46. This is what it means. Read.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So that curse that you say you knew about was on you for a sign. What do you think that sign was for? Because not everybody's going through that, right? So why are these people the only ones suffering like that? Why do you think that is? It's a sign to show that you're of the nation of Israel, that you're an Israelite. Did your dad teach you that you were an Israelite?
Bring it out.
He did teach you were an Israelite, so you know you're an Israelite. What's something Israelites do? What's our custom? What's a law we should be keeping today? Did he teach you that? I see you cringe. You say you don't know, right? What is today? Is what day? What day of the week is today?
Bring it out.
It's a Saturday. In the Bible, what did the Israelites do on a Saturday?
Bring it out.
They rested, meaning it was called what? The Sabbath day. So you know today's the Sabbath. What should we be doing on the Sabbath day? Knowing that we're Israelites. We should be resting. Let's read it. We're going to come out the Bible. Let's see. Read.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Bring it out. Remember the Sabbath day.
Why do you think the Bible would say remember the Sabbath day? We got to keep it holy. But why would it say remember? Remember. Remember. Because we lost. We lost it. We forgot it in slavery.
Right.
You understand? Why would they set this venue up on the Sabbath day?
Bring it out.
So that you wouldn't remember. So that you would continually break the Sabbath day.
Teach.
Watch, read.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
You said to keep it holy, but what does that mean to keep it holy? To keep it sacred. So that day should be separate from the rest of your days, right? There should be a distinction on what you do on the Sabbath day versus every other day, right? Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day.
But what day?
But the seventh day.
What day is today? Today's the 7th day. It says you're supposed to do all your work every other day. But the 7th day, which is today,
is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
in it what?
In it thou shalt not do any work.
In it thou shalt not do any work on the Sabbath day. What else should we be doing on the Sabbath day? We should be coming together. We should be learning our history.
Right.
Now, I want to get personal with you real quick, sis. You're an Israelite woman, right? What should an Israelite woman be doing? Do you know?
Bring it out.
I'm going to show you what an Israelite woman should be doing, what an Israelite woman should look like. Because I would have assumed you were a Christian. You know why? Because the Christians claim they keep the Bible, but they don't.
Bring it out.
They don't, and we can tell. But watch this. You know what I want? 1 Timothy. Watch this. I'm going to show you real quick. Let me know, does this make sense? 1 Timothy 2 and 9. Let's see what the Israelite woman should be doing. Come on. 1 Timothy 2 and 9.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women.
So it's getting directed. It's saying that women, what?
Adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Sis, what does that mean? That women adorn themselves in modest apparel. What does that look like? What is modesty? Describe it for me. I say I don't know. And you're teaching another sister to be modest. What does that look like? How are you going to describe it to her? Would you tell that sister, look at me, I'm modest? Or would you direct that sister and tell her things she should be doing? What does a modest woman look like? What would a modest woman be wearing? I'm gonna get the definition of modest, all right? I'm gonna show you. Because this is the teaching moment. We're gonna take our time real quick. Give me modest. Real quick, sis. Hold on real quick. Give me modest. This is what modest means: to cover up, to not be revealing, to not attract sexual attention from other men. Because a lot of our sisters dress like that for what? Do you dress like that just because you want to, or are you trying to attract something? Because you want to. But guess what? You're also attracting things. You might attract a man who desires you for the wrong purpose. You see that? By you covering up, dressing modesty, only think men are going to respect you. You think a man would come at you respectfully with a sister dressed like that versus a sister in a dress?
Bring it out.
If he has morals. A lot of men don't got morals because a lot of men aren't keeping the Sabbath day. So that's out the question. That's out the question. But you, hold on. Read it.
Modest, dressing or behaving so as to avoid impiety or indecency.
So you can avoid indecency by you just dressing in a dress, covering up your body. You don't give men the opportunity to look at your goods.
No.
So you can help dictate. You can. Right? That's true. But the Bible also says don't lay a stumbling block in front of your people. You understand that? So the Bible said a woman should be dressing modest. Do you think an Israelite woman should be dressing modest?
In modest or modest?
Modest. M-O-D-E-S-T. Modest. She should be covering up, right? So with you being an Israelite woman, do you think you should be dressing modest? Do you think there's a harm in that, dressing modest? Do you think it's bad for a 12-year-old to be dressing like that? A 6-year-old to be dressing like that? Do you think that's bad? Do you think a 6-year-old should be dressing like that? It depends, so you don't care. What did the Bible say? Read.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So that's a commandment, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
Right.
Deuteronomy 22. This is a commandment. It's going to get more specific. Listen, all we're reading is Bible. You said your dad's a pastor, right? You claim you're an Israelite, right? As Israelites, we should be walking differently.
Right.
People should look and be recognized. That's an Israelite man.
Right.
That's an Israelite woman.
You know?
That's an Israelite child. Why? Because they're keeping the commandments of God.
That's right.
Read.
Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
You know?
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So it says a man shouldn't put on a woman's garment. What's a garment that a man should not wear that pertains to a woman? Such as what? What's what women clothes? A dress. So a man shouldn't be wearing a dress. Do you agree with that? That makes sense, right? That's confusion. But now, watch this. Read it from the top again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
What does a man wear that a woman shouldn't be wearing? You said a dress, quick. What do men wear that women wear today? You know the answer. I know you know. What do I got on? What does he have on? What does he have on? What do them two boys got on? Shorts. You got a zipper in the front for what? You understand? You think women should be wearing pants even if they're shorts, especially if they're shorts? You don't, but guess who does? Zephaniah 1. God got a problem with it, especially if you know you're Israelite. Remember, we read the reason why these curses came upon us was because of disobedience.
Right.
Meaning we have to what? Change. Would you claim that you repented? Would you claim that Christ loves you? You would. We're going to see. Read.
The book of Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
So this is a prophecy that when Christ comes back, who is he punishing? Read that bottom part. Those who are what?
and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
So it's going to be a punishment for those that are clothed in strange apparel.
Right.
Did you know that was a punishment? John 14:15. That is a punishment. Real quick, I'm going to tell you out of Christ's own mouth what he said. Because you keep saying that is true. But no. Remember, you can't get mad at us. We're reading the Bible. So, well, you're disagreeing. You're disagreeing with who? Not me. You're disagreeing with this.
At the end of the day, there's only one unforgivable sin, and it's not immodesty, and that's blasphemy in the Holy Spirit.
What did the Bible just say in Zephaniah?
They're not going to be locked out of heaven because of that.
Watch this. Matthew 19:16. How do you get to heaven? Sis, real quick. I want to talk to you. You said they're not going to get out of heaven, but how do you get to heaven? This is the problem, sis. You're being taught wrong. Your dad should have been teaching you the commandments, sis. I'm just saying. Sis, come and talk to me real quick. I understand. Okay, come and talk to me. Real quick. He should have been teaching you the commandments. That's all I'm saying. Give me Psalm 78. This is what he should have been teaching you. Psalm 78:3. Don't get mad at me, sis. Watch this. Come on, Psalm 78:3. Read.
The book of Psalm chapter 78 and verse 3. Which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us.
Your father should have taught you that you should be modest.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.